let's go ahead and start with introductions for our newest character.
Hi y'all, how's it going? Um, my character's name is Lucy. Her real name is Lucia, but do not call her that. She uses she/her pronouns. Her hero name is Flyby, but I don't. T, you and I've got to. Well, I'm sure this will be established in the game, but I'm not sure if that's a thing yet. I mean, if that's going to be her name eventually, but the game will tell. Her abilities are supernatural senses and impossible mobility. Oh, she's the Janus class, by the way. So by day, she is a student at Moon Harbor University. Is it university or college?
I believe we said college in the first round, but we've been using university since then, so
Great.
University.
Cool. She's a student at Moon Harbor University. She grew up in the suburbs surrounding the city and has sort of seen the supers her entire life. So decided when she got to school, hey, that's what I want to study. So I decided to create the Department of Superheroic Studies, where she's majoring in the history of superheroics. She is still a teen. She's 18. So she's a first year. And she is an intern at the Museum of Superheroics at Moon Harbor University.
Let's jump to your secret identity before we jump to anything else.
Okay.
So your mundane life comes with a series of obligations. Choose a total of 3. So
Yes.
do you have a job, school? I know you mentioned school, but what else do you have?
Yeah, so the 3 secret identity things that I chose are the job, her internship at the Museum of Superheroics, her schoolwork, because she's a student, and also social. She has a roommate named Veronica who has no idea what's going on, but it is an annoying roommate. And she also has her best friend Calvin, who she's trying to keep this all away from.
Perfect. You want to talk to me a little bit about Calvin?
Yes. So Calvin is her best friend from school. They both work at they're both interns together at the Museum of Superheroics. She's got a little bit of a crush on him, and basically Calvin is one of the reasons that she discovers she has superpowers, because her whole thing is that because her abilities are supernatural senses and impossible mobility. Growing up, she just thought she was naturally athletic and had really fast reflexes, and did not realize that she actually had superpowers until she saved Calvin from being hit by a person on a bicycle, basically.
Excellent. And you mentioned that supernatural senses kind of manifests in slight future sense, right?
Yeah, when she saves Calvin from the cyclist, she has, let me see, find the exact thing that okay, so the exact thing that I wrote for her backstory is that she's able to pull Calvin out of the way before anything can happen with the cyclist. A truck drives by and she's hit with her first powerful vision. She sees a future where she doesn't pull Calvin out of the way. The cyclist slams into him. Calvin falls and hits his head on the curb. The cyclist veers out of control into the other lane. Some passerby see this happen and go to help the cyclist up. The truck gets there first.
Awesome. That kind of segues us into your backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is something we can discuss. Is this mission that we're about to embark on your first mission as a hero, or have you had the mask before? So when did you first put on the mask and why?
I think this is probably her first time doing any of this heroic stuff. I think she's just sort of accepting the fact that this is something that I should probably use to help people, but she's been a little too chicken to do it until she has some other people to do it with.
Cool. Do you have a mask ready? Have you prepped a costume?
Oh, you bet I have. It's all from Target because she's on a college budget.
Amazing.
It's literally it's Target athleisure with a pair of black Doc Martens and these sweet, sweet rainbow sunglasses. I want to see if I don't think I can drop a picture in the chat. But imagine dad sunglasses, like the wraparound cyclist ones, but the lens is like a rainbow mirror, and she definitely has one of those dad clips in the back to make sure it doesn't fall off of her head.
Perfect. I love that. So you first put on the mask today, so we'll get there. Why do you keep a secret identity?
Part of it is for tradition and the fact that she studies superheroes. That's what she has known for almost her entire life, is the idea of the secret identity with the classic hero. But also she realizes the real life consequences of what she's about to do, and she has people in her life that she cares about, and she doesn't want them to get wrapped up in it if she can help it.
Awesome. Who outside of the team knows about your dual identity?
I think I think we probably know that I'm a student, but that's it. It's the idea, they they know that the double life exists and is a thing, but they don't know any details about the other life.
Cool. Who outside the team knows about your dual identity? Does anyone else know that you're a superhero? The team.
I mean, this is probably something that we can explore as we go on. I think at the beginning, no one does. I think eventually it'd be really funny if Veronica finds out, her roommate. But we can find a fun way for that to happen in game.
Cool. Can we pick one person, someone maybe like old childhood friend, someone who's not like currently with you, who knows about it? It can be anyone you want to make up. It could be one of your professors at college, whatever you're in the mood for.
Actually, here's a thought. I'm wondering if her dad has always sort of known and sort of let her figure it out on her own. So I don't know if necessarily she's told her dad, but I think her dad just sort of knows, and he's a civilian.
Cool. What does your dad do?
I think he owns some sort of store, like in the suburbs. Maybe it's a grocery store.
Awesome. We haven't really had a chance to establish your masked identity, so no one currently thinks the worst of your masked identity. And you haven't met the team yet, so we don't know why you care about the team. So
yep.
A lot of this is gonna come in soon. We'll make sure it happens in the first game. Cool. Let's look at the Janus moves section. You start with the mask and then 2 others. So which other 2 did you pick?
So I've got the mask, obviously, and I chose the label Savior for that move. My other 2, I chose Mild Mannered. When you try to use your civilian identity to deceive, trick, or slip past somebody, roll plus mundane. And I also chose I'll Save You. You're willing to pay high costs to keep your loved ones safe. Reveal your secret identity to someone watching or mark a condition.
Perfect. I love that. What's the color scheme of Flyby? Like, what's your like heroic color scheme? Are you like all black? What's your look?
I'm down with the all black. I also I think in the very scientific research I did on Target.com, I pulled up a pair of black leggings and like this athleisure shirt that has some purple in it, but also like a long sleeve sweatshirt to wear when it's chilly out because she's practical.
I love that. Did you like cover up the Target logo with another logo, or are you just like full like this is the Target logo?
Oh, like it's not like, okay, it's not Target branded stuff. It's just from the athleisure section at Target.
Cool. So are you like covering the logos on the things with other things, or are you just like, meh, this is fine. This is the cheap version of what I can afford.
I think it's literally just like, this is what I can afford. Take it or leave it.
I love that. That's great.
Another thing about her appearance is that she's got really long curly brown hair. And when she's acting in her like hero mode, she's got it up in a bun on top of her head. And I figured this might be something interesting, is that she tries to not wear it up in a bun on her head when she's in her civilian life. So there's that fun little seed from having a reveal eventually.
Fun.
She also has reading glasses.
Cool. You may have said this already, but talk to me about her appearance. Is she like, what race is she? What does she usually wear in terms of like her day-to-day look, that kind of thing?
Yeah, she is half Colombian and half white, and her dad is Colombian and her mom is Italian American. So she's got like a lot of hair, if that makes any sense. She's got sort of olivey tannish skin, but she's like not super dark because there is that like white part of her in there. She's got dark brown eyes, wears wire framed reading glasses. She typically dresses in more of like a preppy fashion, like not like pastel pink, but think like a nice pair of jeans and a striped button-up shirt. She also has a hand-knitted scarf that is in rainbow colors that her grandma knitted for her, which if we go into the winter months, that's going to be a fun thing that she'll wear. Matches her dad glasses.
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets and TP Huth, and edited by Anthony Sheets. Anthony can be found on Twitter at Icy New Year, or at icynewyear.com. T is the host of Incubator on Air, a new play podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. She can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter, or TPHuth94 on Instagram. Cataclysm Crew is GM'd by TP Huth. Flyby is played by Jane Barry. You can find her at Jane-Tarzan on Twitter. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. The music in this issue is Mistake the Getaway by Kevin MacLeod. A link to his website and the license will be in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please leave us a review on iTunes and tell a friend. Word of mouth and 5-star reviews are really the best way for us to keep bringing these stories to more people. And thanks for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.